and that's why we can't have nice things. So welcome back, stream, to the long-awaited third installment of the Roll For It Alcadia edition. Sorry for the 7-week layoff. It was only supposed to be 1 week because the World of Warcraft expansion launched, and we all, except for Caitlin, play WoW and needed to level and gear for, the new raid and whatnot. And then it was just like a cacophony of errors over and over and over of just people just scheduling shit in their real lives, like any of us actually have one. And
I don't.
yeah, it's basically 1 week after another of like, hey, we playing this week? Oh, I can't, I'm going to PAX. So, oh, okay, we playing this week? No, I can't, my parents gave me a ticket and told me to fly out to wherever. I'm on vacation for like the 7th week in a row. Thank you, Taylor.
Twice was me.
And then
friend here.
Yeah, exactly. And work and stuff gets in the way. But hey, we're finally back. And, well, I guess it's been so long, so we'll kind of need a detailed recap. So, Nick, why don't you tell us what happened? No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't put you on the spot. So, the group kind of got together in the original town of Gaydon that they kind of stumbled into, and there was a little bit of shenanigans. Go back and watch episode 1 if you want more, but needless to say, there was a little bit of eye gouging of a town guard captain. They discovered that caravans had been plundered between Gaydon and the town that they were heading to after that, called Thekin. And in episode number 2, they strode out onto the wide world of Alcadia, and they stumbled upon the caravan, and then half the party decided to investigate, while the other half decided to run off and continue doing their own thing. Thanks for the subs, Holden. What else? Then after getting into battle, they all decided to regroup and then adventure into this cave where they found some gnolls and some gnoll pack lords, and they fought some wolves, and there's this big long battle. Basically, it was 3 hours of non-stop combat, which was pretty awesome, but also pretty tiring. Hence why we needed 7 weeks off. We had to recuperate. Our bodies were broken and whatnot. Speaking of bodies broken, at the end of the episode, we determined through death saves that Mr. Feng of the Small Swamp, that's Taylor over there, he is at 2 succeeded death saves, no fails, and everybody else is pretty okay. They're stable. They're a little bit bloodied. You guys just had the well-fought battle. So you can go ahead and do your next death save now. And Dendar, you were wanting to look through the Gnoll captain's or Gnoll pack lord's shit and do some looting. So if you want to give me an investigation check, add 1 fail, Mr.
I
Fang.
did.
Okay.
Did you forget how to use Roll20?
What do you mean?
Kyle.
1 sec.
Kyle's drunk. While that's happening, does anybody want to assist Fang?
Yes,
Please.
I
What
will
do you
assist.
guys want to do? Okay. So give me a medicine check.
Talking to me?
If you're assisting.
I was actually looking in the pile of shit as well. I thought that's what you meant.
Oh, no. I said Fang, not Dendar. But it's fine.
I realize
Names
that.
7
Did you say
weeks.
investigation, yes?
Yes, please. Okay, so with an 11, let me bring up his loot list here. Inside his equipment, you find a rusted short sword, a broken small bow, and 2 gold and 11 silver pieces.
I pocket the money. I'll leave the other stuff where it is.
All right. And then, Nick, go ahead and do an investigation since you said you were helping. You saw the gold. You didn't see anything else. The gold caught your eye, and just before you were about to, root through and try and grab it, Dendar snagged it.
I see nothing.
Anybody want to help Feng before he does his next death save?
I can help.
All right, so make a medicine check, unless you want to cast a spell or something on him. Okay. Feng, go ahead and do a death save. All right. Through the assistance of Kilana, you are stabilized. Back to 1 hit point.
Hooray!
Kind of come to, kind of disoriented. You don't really know where you are. You just fought one hell of a battle.
So, what was the last thing that actually happened to me? I got like blocked by one of the things.
I think you got shot by the Knoll Pack Lord. You got a couple arrows in you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd probably stand up and just like throw that away. Just kind of sit there for a second.
You're gonna pull the arrow out?
Yeah, I think so. I'm actually gonna
give me a Constitution saving throw as you pull the arrow out of your body. It hurts a lot. You're not gonna take any damage, but you manage to rip the arrowhead out of your body and starts bleeding a little bit and kind of bubbling out. But you toss the arrow aside and you're fine.
Thank you.
You know, that probably wasn't the smartest idea.
I just look at him and just go, What? Realize there's like a hole in my leg and make like a splint, or not a splint, like a bandage.
Okay.
Lick your wounds, cats. We will short rest for now.
Well, there's still 2 gnolls. Do you guys want to check out the gnolls as well, or you just want to be happy with the gold you got from the Knoll Pack Lord?
I'm gonna sit down for a few minutes.
I'm gonna go to the next. I'm gonna see what's on him.
Okay. Give me
New
2 more
checker.
investigations. Yeah.
Go.
Okay. On the first one, you find 12 silver pieces and a rusted sword. On the
Pocket.
second one, you find kind of patchwork leather armor and a crumpled up parchment hidden in a
I
pocket.
unroll the parchment.
It seems to be a kind of crudely scrawled map. It's got some weird lettering on it that you can't quite decipher. Give me an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence. Okay, not bad. You're not able to discern any of the letters. You've seen a couple things like this in the past. It seems to be kind of like a treasure map, but the lettering is all weird and it's very crudely drawn. You think maybe somebody like a wizard or a sage might be able to clue you in on the glyphs and stuff written on there.
I bring it over. Can anyone decipher this map?
I would like to take a look at it. I just like kind of grab it from him and just stare at it.
Okay. Roll Arcana.
On that.
Okay. You determine that the glyphs are magical in nature.
Magic. Just give it back to him. Magic. These are magic glyphs.
Show it to the pally. Or cleric? Paladin?
Paladin.
Paladin.
All right.
What can I roll to look at?
Make a Arcana or Religion. It's up to you. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to decipher. You've never quite seen this lettering before. You suspect that his surmise that it being magical is probably accurate, though you can't tell yourself.
I have no new information. It probably is magic.
I'll roll it up and put it in my pack.
Okay.
I would like to rest. I'm not gonna lie. I think at this
Same.
point in time, Fang just kind of falls asleep on the ground.
Okay.
Like-
Are you guys short resting or long resting?
I can do short. Short's fine.
I think short.
Short.
We'll say roughly an hour passes, so 2 short rests worth of hit dice and whatnot if you guys want. I don't know how bloodied you guys were when we left off. Were you guys all pretty fucked up?
I had
so you
wooden
are-
nipples at one point.
What?
When you get shot with crossbow bolts, they penetrate your chest and they stick out. I had wooden nipples.
He was shot multiple times, so that makes
that's
sense.
a valid point. So, did you say 2? You said 2, right?
I thought
Two
you were
short
just happy to
rests.
see me.
So,
No, not 200.
given how hurt you were, you're not in any condition to move after about 30 minutes. So you wait another 30.
Solid.
All right,
I think just for RP's sake, they try to like wake me up, and it's just
you're just
no
out like a
response.
light still. Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough.
If anything, I just like reposition and curl myself into a slight ball.
So roughly an hour passes. You guys gather a little bit of a nap, rest against some trees or the rock face by the cave, and you eat up a little bit, maybe make a fire if one of you wanted to or whatever, and you just kind of rest and relax, kind of recuperate a little bit. You notice that the atmosphere is kind of turning a little bit dark. You surmise that it's probably late afternoon at this point now. What do you guys want to do?
We should get going to the next city. Feel
How
that
far
this-
away are we from it? You do not want to travel at night.
Roll history. Okay, so you recall last time you traveled, about 2 hours east of here is the hill overlooking Thekin. So, it's a walk, but it's not outrageously far.
Deacon is the town that we came from, correct?
No, Gaiden's
Where?
where you came from. Thekin was
Gaiden
where you were
is where I
heading.
came from.
If we go quickly, we can make it there before it is completely dark. I'd
That's
rather not
pretty wise.
handhold things that cannot see.
I agree. Although I can see at night, I'd much rather get there.
Okay.
Let's
Who is it that
just-
can't?
I believe the paladin. Or no, wait.
Aelin, can you see at night?
I have dark vision, yeah.
Oh,
No.
you can.
Well, we all
Wait,
can.
Nick, can you?
Oh,
Okay, it's
there
the
you go.
bird that can't see at night. That's what it was.
Yeah, I guess the bird can't. You're right.
Bird, bird, bird.
Grab my pack, and I'm gonna start heading back towards the path.
Okay. You guys following?
Mhm.
I'm following.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you head back towards the path, stumble past the kind of crappy looking caravan that's completely destroyed, and you start traveling the path east. You guys double timing it or kind of taking it leisurely?
I'd say after like an hour rest, we would be good to go
I
for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Sure.
confident, or at least I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys start double timing it, and you make pretty good time. About an hour or so passes, and you find yourselves on the hill overlooking the west side of the town of Thekin. You can see small kind of palisades built around the town. You can see a mill off on the other side of the town. A couple smatterings of buildings here or there. It doesn't look to be overly huge. It's not like some huge city, but it's a town nonetheless. You guys start heading east down the hill and start making your way towards the town. As you get closer, you approach the front kind of gated area on the western side, because you're coming from the east, and there's 2 guards in kind of sturdy leather armor, just kind of standing there lazily against the gates as you approach. One of them kind of stands up a little bit straighter and what?
Are they wearing the same kind of guard gear as previous town?
Yeah, I mean, they've got their own kind of nuances. It's kind of different color, maybe not quite as perfectly stitched and whatnot, but so one of the guards kind of looks at you guys and goes, "What are you doing here?"
I kind of like saunter up to the guard and just go, well, I have a story for you, but it must be told over a cup of ale. Where's your inn?
Do you have some ale?
No, that's why I'm asking for an inn.
Well, it's almost sundown. Why would we let 4 random strangers into the town? Kinda weird, no?
Is it weird to keep people out of your town?
Not if you want to keep your town safe.
Well,
We're expecting a
travelers on
caravan
the
any
road.
time now. Maybe once they get here, you can come in with them.
We passed the caravan, didn't we?
I
There
pull out
was
the writ from the order.
Okay.
I show it to the guard captain. We are here investigating this caravan's disappearance. This is the writs of the order that they gave.
He
They never arrived.
snatches the paper from your hands, reading over it, double checks it, hands it to his partner, looks back at you and goes, "So, what happened to the caravan?"
That's what we would like to know.
Very well. We'll allow you entry. Don't make any trouble.
I will make sure we do not. Thank you, kind sir.
You can find the Dreaming Boar just across the main thoroughfare over there.
I'm just gonna walk through.
Take the writ back from the guard, and I'll walk through.
Okay.
I'll nod my head to
Kinda-
him in approval as we part ways.
He's kind of reluctant to let it go, but he does let it go, and you take it. Yeah, the two of you?
Oh, I follow with them.
Following.
Okay. So where are you guys heading? You head into the Dreaming Boar?
I might
That's
as
where I
well.
recommended.
So you guys approach a kind of medium-sized wooden building, kind of like a cabin. Kind of looks like it's been kind of kept up better than the rest of the town, as some of the towns fall into a little bit of disrepair. But the tavern that you can see from the outside seems to be pretty well taken care of. And there's a small sign on the outside. Those of you that can read, it says the Dreaming Boar. And you approach and open the door and walk on in. The main common room is kind of like a smattering of tables and chairs all kind of strewn about. And there's a smattering of people here or there that are sitting down at different tables and whatnot. And a man standing at the bar kind of notices you walk in and kind of nods and goes, hey, welcome, find a seat, and Kendry, get them some ale. As you see this kind of stout woman coming out of the back, kind of walks over with a couple of mugs of ale, or a couple mugs and a big canteen, and kind of walks over and starts filling up some cups at a table.
I go and sit at the table and take a large swig from that there mug.
Okay. It's kind of watered down a little bit, kind of ale. Maybe they're trying to make it stretch a little bit further than they probably should, but...
I spit it on the table. And then as soon as I do that, have another sip.
Yeah, it tastes the same.
But keep it down this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to the bar. I'm going to sit at the bar, flag over
Sure.
the bartender whenever he has the time to come over.
He's not really doing much, so he kind of walks over and... hello, welcome to the Dreaming Boar. What can I get for you?
I'm gonna slide out the writ on the bar. I'm gonna look at the writ. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at the writ. Look at him. What can you tell me about this caravan?
He kind of takes his hand and puts it down on the writ and spins it towards him so he can read over it. And, okay, it seems to be a contract for a caravan between Gaydon and us. Says here they're supposed to deliver an assortment of meats and meat cuts, some ale, some linens and cottons, and some fine herbs and things of that nature. What do you want to know?
I want to know who would sabotage a caravan like this. I'm unfamiliar with these parts.
I don't know of anybody that would sabotage it, but maybe if the caravan wasn't traveling with a correct amount of guards, brigands might want to rob it. That's a lot of valuable stuff on there.
Would it be deception to see if he's lying?
Insight. He seems kind of straight up with you.
And you have had problems with these brigands before?
No, not really. It's kind of rare. I mean, usually, there's a pretty large assortment of guards that come with every transport, and things make it here on time, and never any trouble. I don't see any reason why something would have, unless they were short-staffed on guards.
Maybe you know someone that could have some extra information?
Unfortunately, anything coming from Gaydon is usually supplied by the Gaydon people, and if they haven't showed up here, then I wouldn't know. A lot of the things on here, aside from, the meats and stuff that were supposed to be coming here, some of these linens and, even some of the parchment and some of the herbs, maybe our local sage had ordered them from Gaydon, and I don't know, maybe he might know something more about it if he is the one that filled the contract. I don't know.
And where can I find this sage?
You can find him about, 2 or 3 doors down, on the left, right after you leave here. Yeah, really, really nice gentleman.
Is this place that has beds?
Yeah, we of course have beds.
Alright, sorry, I was asked not as in character, just seeing if they had beds here.
Probably. It's a tavern. You wouldn't outwardly know that just from walking in the common room, though.
Thank you for the information. I take back the writ. How much for one of your finest beds?
Finest bed? Well, okay, so we kind of have a weird setup here, right? There's the common room that you're in right now. When it gets dark and whatnot, if you want to be cheap about it, 4 silver, we'll give you a bench and a blanket. You're all good. If you want the private room, room with a bed and all that, it's 8 silver. Perks are you don't get interrupted.
Slide him 8 silver.
Okay. He takes the 8 silver and he says, and by the way, friend, nice to meet you. I am Norm Amberway. I'm the owner of this here fine establishment. My wife over there, Kendry, we own this place, and welcome. The man you were asking about before, you might want to check out a couple houses down. He's a really nice man. He's the kind of local wizard sage guy here. His name is Daniel. If you decide to, whatever, that's his name. Don't just walk over and be like, hey, a sage, it can be rude, so.
Sorry, what did you say his name again was?
Daniel.
I'm gonna go over to the bar, plop down a gold coin. 1 room, please.
Oh, very well. Takes the gold coin and palms off 2 silver pieces and hands it back to you. As your change.
I'll leave the 2 silver pieces on the bar.
Okay. Sir, your change.
Keep it. Obviously,
Alright.
you need it.
High rollers. Kind of takes it and puts it in his pocket.
I'm gonna go straight up to the room.
Do I have a key for the room specifically?
No, they're not really like super locked down rooms. They're just generally have a rule here. If a room is closed, you don't go in.
Okay.
I'll go into the first open room then.
Okay. So you go up the stairs, take a left, find a room, close the door.
I go up the stairs, but Nick, I'm gonna stop you before you go into your room. Bird, should we go talk to this sage tonight? I think the sooner we take action, the easier it will be for us to gain information. Something does not feel right here. I want to find out why.
If it'll settle your feelings. Let's go then.
I push open the door to, like, one of the open rooms. Is there a window or a balcony of some kind?
No, all the rooms are kind of like on the inside structure, and the ones that are on the outside, they don't actually have any windows at all.
Dicks. Alright.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go down the stairs.
Okay.
Go straight out the door without saying anything to anyone else.
Same.
I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if I'm too in my cups or not to notice.
Sure. Yeah, no, you notice them walk out.
I don't follow.
Okay. Keelana and Fang, what are you guys doing?
Oh, I'm going to eat food because I nearly died, and then I'm
Right.
going to find a bench and sleep under it.
Okay. And Keelana, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow the other two.
Roll a perception to see if you saw them leave. Yeah, you definitely saw them. Eyes like a hawk. So you just kind of get up and walk out and follow them. The three of you exit the tavern and take a left. Walk a couple doors down, where you see a immaculate-looking kind of cabin building similar to the rest of them. Only this one, it looks to be very well taken care of.
What type of door?
It's a wooden door.
It's swinging. Is it normal closed door?
Just normal.
I knock on the door.
I'm gonna
Moment
go
passes.
around on the building. Are there any markings on it?
Make an Arcana check. Nope, none.
Any people out and about as
No,
we're waiting
it's-
at the door?
No, I mean, it's only been like 1 second since you knocked, but I'm dealing with two things. Yeah, so you notice that the street's kind of barren. It is pretty late, so presumably people have already kind of locked up for the night, or they're at the tavern.
Okay.
A moment or two passes after your knock, before the door kind of creaks open a little bit, and you see a young man, probably in his late teens, early 20s. And he goes, yes, what can I do for you? What do you, hi? Hello?
Are you Dandal?
You're looking for my master, Daniel. He's, busy at the moment. If I could get your name, I could make sure that he gets to you as soon as he's finished.
I'm gonna try to look past him to see if I see.
Sure, make a perception check with disadvantage. You can't really see much. The room is dark behind him. And he's kind of taken up what little of the crack is open on the door.
Child, this is an urgent matter.
Uh,
Your master
Sorry.
is expecting me. I
I'm
will put
s-
my hand in the door frame. If he was to close the door, he would hit close it on my hand.
He's not
You
trying to.
need to understand. I must see him now.
I understand, sir, but, truthfully, honestly, he's in the middle of a very, very dangerous magical incantation. If I disrupt him, we will all die. We must leave him until he's finished. He's hard to read. Zyle, he is absolutely telling the truth. There is a twinkle in his eye that is a little bit proud and a lot of bit scared.
What time will your master done?
Well, he started about 2 hours ago, so I don't know. It shouldn't be longer than a few more hours. If I could get your name and you tell me where you're staying, I could have
I
him.
shall wait. I am also one with the arts, and I would love to see what kind of incantation he's for me.
Regrettably,
You shall
sir.
let me wait.
Regrettably, sir, I will let you wait, but not here. You can wait outside on the stoop or at the tavern. Are you trying to intimidate
Your
or something?
life could be on the line. I shall turn around and walk away.
Okay.
Same.
He kind of calls it. Could I get your name so I could tell him? Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. They're already gone. All right. He just closes the door.
As soon as I hear the door close, I'm gonna
Kid.
fly up.
Go around the back. I'm casing the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's some kind of window that I can look through.
You see a window on the second story, kind of on the right-hand side of the building. When you fly over to it, though, you look inside and it's frosted over, like on a cold winter's night.
Do I see any other windows?
If you fly around to the other side, you see another window, also frosted over.
I'm going to, as I'm flying there, cast a very small sacred flame in my hand to see if I can defrost the window just enough to look through.
Interesting. One sec.
This break is brought to you by Amazon Prime, where you can sub for free to Jay's channel.
Yes. Okay.
I expect 10 cents for that, Jay.
Absolutely.
Gotta get that the ad avenue.
Yeah, definitely.
Revenue. Not avenue.
As you,
Probably paid.
do you expend a spell slot for the sacred, or is that a cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
Okay. Well, that's good news for you. Yeah, so you kind of
Ominous.
focus all your magical energy into your palm to create what would normally be a ball of sacred, or of like energy, and you get a very, very small glimpse of a little bit of a spark, and then it fizzles out.
Okay. I'll land
Okay.
and just start walking back to the end.
Dendar, you make it all the way around to the back. You couldn't find a storm cellar, any kind of outward building. There's no windows on the ground floor or secondary doors.
The
the end.
fuck? Okay.
Yep.
Do I see the bird?
You saw him briefly when you started casing the place, and he was flying, and then you heard a squawk as he kind of flew away.
I'll pursue him.
So you come back out to the main thoroughfare where Keelana's just standing there, and Zyle is slowly fluttering back towards the tavern.
Bird, what did you find?
Some overly frosted windows.
Can't see through them.
No. It was strange, though. Couldn't use my magic near their windows. Something is definitely wrong with these humans, but that will be for another day. I'm going back to the inn to sleep.
I'll follow. I'm gonna go to return to my room unless anyone else has something they want to do.
I mean,
As
I'm
you
still at the inn.
as you walk back into the tavern,
Have I overheard any juicy gossip while I've been in here? because I've just been sitting here.
Interesting.
Hanging out.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Have you?
Eating some food. What do you want? Perception?
No. So this happens simultaneously while the three of you are trying to case the sage's place. Feng, you're the only person that heard this. So right after those three left, maybe a minute or two, maybe 3, 4, somewhere around that, minutes goes by before the indoors bursts open with a bang. A boy stands in the entryway, gasping for breath as he scans the tables. His eyes quickly settle on a bald dwarf as he runs over, and after a brief, hushed conversation, the burly dwarf stands and declares, "Norm, Kendry, excellent as always, duty calls," and slaps down a few coins on the table and then hurriedly follows the boy out the door, slamming it shut behind them.
Is the wife still at my table, or is she kind of like making rounds?
She nodded and then kind of kept making rounds.
I want to go ask her who that was.
Okay. She's like one table over. Do you want to wait or just walk over to her?
I would walk over. Yeah.
Okay.
Stand up, walk over.
All right. She kind of looks at you and goes, that was the captain of the local guard. His name is Travik Gerst. He's he's the man in charge.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Could
I refill your ale for you?
No, I think I'm good for now. And I actually
All right.
follow them out. I will be back for a bench, though.
Okay. So as you get to the front door and you open it, you are greeted by your 3 companions.
Kind of just like take them under my arms, be like, "We're going," and just kind
I'm
of.
going
follow them that way.
to slip out from underneath his arm and say, "I'm going to sleep."
Same.
I kind of gesture to the bald dwarf and say, "That is the captain of the guard."
What bald
Something.
dwarf?
Oh, is he gone? Just like.
Make a perception check.
All right.
16. You don't see him anywhere.
And as soon as I say bald dwarf, I just go, "Bald? Did you see a bald dwarf?"
Crazy cats.
This
Go to
is
sleep.
important. I am going to bed.
Alright, I walk back in and kind of go back up to the lady and be like,
As you walk back in,
"Catnip in your food?"
as you walk back in, you notice that the scene that played out before you a minute before has started to cause some rampant speculation amongst the people at the inn. There's 2 young men sitting at a table. They're kind of speculating that a known rivalry between a pair of local farmers has finally erupted into a confrontation that perhaps required the constable. You see Kendry filling ale at another table, and she's explaining her theory that a local farmer who had just returned a couple days earlier from a trip finally discovered what his wife was doing while he was away. You see a very young girl at another table, a couple tables over, delivering some assorted meats, and she kind of takes a seat, grabs a piece of meat, puts it into her mouth, and goes, "I bet a big, big dragon snatched up a bunch of cows." A moment later.
I don't know how to respond to that. I just kind of look at her.
I
Just look at
gave you a shot. A moment later, one lone man that you guys had all seen on the kind of left side as you had entered, he was sitting with his back to the wall, slowly eating his dinner. You could tell from his slightly pointed ears and his kind of thin build that he seems to be elf or half elf. He kind of politely excuses himself, gets up, and then walks past you guys and leaves. Now, once that's all done, and you guys are still in the doorway, those of you who are going upstairs are Zyle and Dendar.
I'm sleeping on a bench.
Okay. Keelana, what are you doing?
I'm gonna find a bench.
Okay.
Mm, 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 mm.
A couple minutes after you guys kind of slap down into your own benches and the other two go upstairs to find some rooms, the half-elf has only been gone a few minutes when a door to the inn bursts open yet again. This time, a disheveled man and woman in well-worn studded armor that you guys saw the guards wearing. They stumble in and quickly collapse into some empty chairs. The man's strained voice breaks through the stunned silence. Kendry, Norm, beer, please. The woman looks up at him in shock and then turns towards him and goes, oh gods, yes, beer. The Norm walks over and fills 2 mugs, and Kenji grabs them and both takes them over to a table nearby. They both down their mugs in one long pull, and when they come down with them, you guys overhear as Kendry asks, Powell, Nora, what happened? The man then says, we were ambushed by a lich. Oh, it was insanity. We were helping the caravan go north. We just got ambushed. There was devastation. We just ran. We had to. What could we do? I mean, we're just guards, you know, sent to go north, and we're not equipped for that. I don't know. This weird guy, you know, sitting in the middle of the path, and he's like, I'm a lich. My name is Jeff. And we're like, this is weird. And then he started like throwing magic at us, like little fireballs, and it exploded out of the ground. There was dirt flying everywhere. Pretty sure they were warning shots, because, you know, nobody got hurt. It was pretty strange. And, you know, he was like, I'm the Dread Tailor, or Vecna and a Sararak. Now you all turn over your things. And we were like, no, dude, we gotta take this stuff north. And then he was like, fine. And then he like did something with his hand. Next thing you know, there was a bunch of rain, but it was like really large rain. We didn't notice until like, you know, we were taking a couple steps back and we heard a crunch. We looked down, frickin' scorpions, dude. Scorpions raining on us. We barely got away.
I'm staring with my mouth agape, just like
We barely got away. The scorpions
captivated.
took out the other 2 guards, and the drivers, I'm pretty sure they're gone. Pretty sure only Nora and I made it back. It's crazy. I mean, we just told we just told Travik, and then he said we're free to go, so we came straight here. And you know, he was gonna try and get Daniel to look into things. And can I get more beer? Thirsty.
I would like to roll up with 3 beers at this point in time and be like, I know the feeling.
Okay.
And
He
just
graciously takes one and slams it down immediately. Nora reach over and grabs one and slams it down immediately. They seem to
on
calm
seeing
down
them
after
do
2.
exactly that, I just go
All
and
right.
empty it and signal
enough.
for another round.
All right.
I also almost died today.
Yeah. What happened to you? I can see the blood and the scratches and the hole.
Well, besides this, there was some wolves, then I believe some gnolls, and a
No.
cave, and then I don't really remember.
Where did you come
Then-
from?
Town, a little ways away.
Oh. North, east, west, south?
I can't recall.
You want to roll history?
Yeah, please.
You take a second and recall
no, I just
you
point
came
I point in
from
a
the
random
west.
direction and say that way.
Wait,
no, west.
You
Yeah.
point to the west, yeah. He says, "Oh, well, maybe he had something to do with that one too. I don't know about that, but wow."
Well, bottoms up.
All right.
And then I just, I don't slam this one. I sip it a little bit.
Right.
I would
Okay.
like to stay at that table with them. And
Sure. Over the next couple of hours, as more and more people filter into the tavern and start getting ready to bed down for the night and they're drinking, this wild story gets repeated over and over. And it seems to be the talk of the town at this point. Eventually, the crowd dies down and the tavern closes up for the night. And Kendry comes over to you and says, so will you be sleeping in the common room or would you like a room?
was that me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd already said I was taking a bench.
Oh, very well. That'll be 4 silver?
Yes, absolutely.
So you pay her? Okay.
Mhm.
She starts making rounds to other tables, and you see out of the corner of your eye, she eventually makes her way over to Kilana, who's kind of pulled up onto a bench. She kind of pokes you awake a little bit on the shoulder and would you like a room? It's only 8 silver. Otherwise, you could stay here for 4.
No thanks, just here's fine.
Okay.
And I hand her the 4 silver.
Thank you. Have a great sleep. And then she kind of turns around and walks away and starts locking down the place, puts a big bar in front of the door so that, nothing can come in. And, yeah. That's the end of the night.
Cha-cha-cha.
Everybody can,
Long rest.
restore your
Cha-cha-cha.
hit points and your spell charges as you get a full long night's sleep here. Uneventful sleep. Nothing really happens during the night. Early on in the next morning, Kendry seems to have opened up the doors as you kind of are startled awake by the door opening as a young man with long blonde hair, neatly bound in a ponytail, wearing a blue robe, strides in and looks at Kendry and says, there's a bird, a lizard thing, and an elf that were looking for me. Kendry.
I hear this. Correct? Yeah.
Okay, yep.
I just perk up and be like, "Ooh, I know them." What did they do? Wait. Hold on. What did they do now?
I'm gonna walk down from the stairs.
Walk down.
He says nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, I know them.
Okay. Kendry pulls out some water and starts preparing a little bit of breakfast and sets it out for him. And she goes, Daniel, yes, I know them. They're staying here. I don't know. They'll probably be down any minute. The elf is over there sleeping on that bench. He's all right. Very well. Takes a piece of a sausage, walks over, and very lightly pokes you on the shoulder, Kilana, to wake you up.
Whoa, hi.
You were looking for me?
Yes. My companions and I were looking to ask you a couple questions. They should be down any minute.
Just as you say that, Zyle and Dendar come bounding down the stairs, refreshed after a long night's sleep. And you find the previously described young man with a ponytail and a blue robe.
I'm gonna go sit at a table and flag down who's ever bringing food to people because I am hungry.
That'll be Kendry.
Okay.
I'll go sit down with him.
Alright, she takes a quick count of the 4 of you, and I'll be 1 minute, and kind of steps into the back to
I nod.
prepare your food. Daniel walks over and pulls up a chair from another table and kind of sits on it backwards, the wrong way, and says, So, you were looking for me? I apologize for the early hour. I know it's still early. Would you like to come to my place and have breakfast? Maybe in like an hour or so?
We do need to talk, but I am ordering food. I believe you are Daniel?
That is correct. I am Torath Daniel, the town's... They call me Sage. I'm just a properly trained wizard, and, you know, I'm here, and they have me doing all kinds of stuff for the community. It's not a bad job, but...
I'm going to take out the writ and put it down on the table. There are a few things I would like to talk about, but this one we can do, when I look around, in public. I slide him the writ.
Very well. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we got a couple sacks of grain, some sausages.
Caravan never made it. That is more what we are investigating.
That's concerning. Did you see the caravan?
No. We traveled all the way here, encountered some gnolls, some
Roll
wolves, and that
deception.
was it. Eat me.
Ooh. Spicy.
And he rolls. Oh, okay, very well. Okay. Sorry, so you said you found some wolves and some gnolls?
That is correct.
And did you find the writ? Presumably with the gnolls. I mean, it wouldn't make sense that wolves would have a writ. I mean, that makes sense, right?
I'm just gonna look at him blankly.
No, we found it in the wolf's stew.
Look at the bird. Squint eyes. Look back at Daniel. Smile.
He believes the bird. He's like, wow. Was it like a big one? Was it like unnaturally smart?
Let us spare you the details. You don't want to know.
No, I really do. Please, hold on. And he pulls out a little bit of a notebook and pulls out a quill and like pokes it into his wrist real quick and then just starts writing and he's looking across. Okay, how big was the wolf?
Don't
Oh,
know.
let you do
The
this
wolf
next.
wasn't there.
You weren't there.
Okay.
Well, where
The
you said you
wolf
found it
wasn't
in the wolf.
there. In the wolf's stool.
Stool. Oh, I heard stomach. Okay. What was the consistency of the stool?
I'm just gonna get up and walk away.
Was it hard? Was it soft? I need to know. It's for my research. Do you guys know?
I will be happy to answer your questions after we talk for a little bit.
Very well. That seems fair. Kind of tucks his notepad back into his robe.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you went there. Just saying.
Daniel, gold bowl's written on the ceiling.
He doesn't believe you.
That was totally
I've
out of character.
Been here many times. I'm pretty sure there's nothing written on the ceiling.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna go step out onto the patio porch.
Like front landing.
Stoop. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is there a chair anywhere?
No.
Is there an awning?
Nope. It's a ranch, like a rancher-style cabin building. There's very little for like cover on the outside.
Okay, I'll fly up and sit at the peak of the
Okay.
inn.
All right.
Just being a weird bird.
So, Torath is sitting at the table with you guys, and he's like, so basically, for all of this stuff, I mean, it's just a typical caravan kind of stuff. Like, there's obviously some of the material components for me, you know, that I had ordered, and then there's a lot of like food and ale and stuff for, you know, the.
As soon as he says like material components, I kind of like perk up a little bit and just like hit the snake and be like, the magic paper.
Later.
He does not notice.
Look, Daniel.
Anyway, so I'd ordered some stuff, and obviously the tavern had ordered some stuff, and it hadn't arrived yet, so we just kind of figured they were late. But you guys
Seems more
stumbled
like they're
into
dead.
some wolves and gnolls. That's terrifying, but you guys must have a decent head on your shoulders to be able to make it this far, I guess, past gnolls and wolves.
Well, you see, I didn't. I got the shit kicked out of me.
Pulls out his notepad real quick, and he's like, so what was the consistency, though? Was it like little pellets? Or like one long...
This is a
Can we stay on task, please?
Look, you guys
Yeah,
are the
it's
ones
turning-
telling me all this stuff, okay? It's relevant information.
We were told to come here and find information. If this writ is associated with you, we need anything that you know.
All I know about this writ is that I had ordered some stuff from Gaiden, and it hasn't come yet. The writ seems to be legit. It, is just another copy of any writ that we would do whenever we're doing transports between cities.
Have caravans been having problems recently?
Well, I would say yes, considering that one didn't arrive, and then the one last night, you know?
What was the one last night?
You haven't heard? Everybody's been talking about it. There was
I've been
this-
asleep. How about you inform me?
Okay, so basically, it's a standard, 2 drivers, 4 guards for a caravan. They were heading north, and I guess they had run into like an undead kind of lich thing. He said that his name was Jeff. He was the Dread Tailor for a Sararak, and
Oh,
Can I
yeah.
comprehend what a lich is? Or do you need me to roll something for that?
yeah, you'd probably know what a lich is.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lich?
Hey, that's just what I'm told. So, apparently, he rained down some scorpions and killed everybody except for the 2 guards that made it back here. And they've been telling their story all night, and, I figured you guys would have heard about it.
I need to find them later. Has food come yet?
No, it's only been about 3 minutes.
what do I see as I'm sitting on the perch of
It's a-
the inn?
Pretty beautiful morning. There's lots of dew out on the grass in the fields. You can see a couple of guards kind of directly in front of you, but about 40 feet over, just manning the gates. Kind of people walking between, different buildings on the main thoroughfare, and they're kind of, looking around and, keeping their eyes out. Given, last night events, they're probably all on edge.
Do they all look like in not like kind of poor clothes? Is there any people that stand out from the others?
Nobody's like super poorly dressed, and nobody's like super richly dressed. You get the impression that this is like a working man's town.
I'll just enjoy the morning sitting up here.
So, Daniel, what are you researching?
Well, pretty much anything. My specialty is in demonology, but, as a practitioner of the arts, as you will, I pretty much anything that I find fascinating, I'll just research it, and, until I figure out what makes it tick, as it were.
So you are well versed in Arcana?
Oh, very much so, yes. Absolutely.
Pull out the gnome map. Any chance you could translate? I'm gonna
Probably.
pull the map out, and I'll take the writ back.
Okay. He kind of takes the map and kind of looks at it for a second. A very quick second. It's kind of like one of these things. Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. Perhaps over some breakfast. In a different place.
I agree.
me as well.
Very well.
Does he care about the food here? Like, is he waiting for food here and gonna take it with us, or is he just gonna go back to his place and plan on cooking us food?
You asking me or him?
You?
You wouldn't know.
Okay.
He kind of gets up and says, well, after you're finished your breakfast here, come over to my place, maybe about an hour or so. I'll be cooking breakfast, but if you guys want to eat here, that's fine. You guys eat here. I'll have my apprentice maybe make some tea or, put out some snacks or something if you're still hungry.
How about we join you now? And I stand up.
Very well.
As he stands up, I just go like, but the food... fine. And stand up as well.
Very well. Gets up and walks out over towards the door, opens it up. Then, Xyle, you see him and your 3 companions walk out of the tavern doors below you.
I'll flap down behind them, trying to be unnoticed.
Roll stealth. Okay. I'm pretty sure everybody's passive perception is higher than that, so everybody notices you. Because you're like, crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch.
So tell me, Daniel, as we're walking,
Like this high
why
above
does
us.
this town seem in such disrepair?
Well, it's just a simple farming and, what's that word? Local, like, farming and milling town, it's not an overly huge city. Everybody just kind of does their work, and at the end of the day, there's not a lot of light left, and so we just kind of have some drinks and get by to the next day. Times are hard, You don't really have the money to spend on getting somebody to come and make your house look real pretty, and if you got a hole in your roof or something, then yeah, you'll get somebody to patch it, but that's only when it's necessary. Otherwise, cost of living,
I assume we're probably getting close to his place. I look at his place.
About halfway.
Then why does yours look so much nicer?
Does it?
I don't know, does it? I was kind of under the impression that it kind of did.
Roll a perception.
It's a house.
That's performance.
Right. That's better.
Yeah, it looks
Shit out of that
immaculate.
house.
It looks like the cleanest building in the whole place. And then he goes, does it though? And just snaps
Look him
his
dead in the-
fingers. And the place kind of shimmers a little bit and then looks like all the rest of the buildings.
Fuck?
And then he snaps
Yeah,
again, and it looks beautiful
I'm
again.
slapping behind him. It's like, ooh, very impressive. I
Yeah,
try to
it's,
snap my fingers.
it's just
What
a
the
party.
heck? I don't know shit. What the heck?
Yeah, you can't comprehend that magic. He looks at you guys and goes, "Yeah, it's just a simple party trick. It's functional, but I like to keep my stuff looking clean." As you kind of look down, and you notice that his blue robe is immaculate.
We continue walking. I don't know what the fuck to say.
Your
Very well.
mind is just blown.
You guys get to the front door. He opens it up, and then he kind of turns around in the doorway to the house and says, well, formal introductions. Welcome to my home. I am Wizard Daniel. Toraf Daniel is my full name, but people always just call me Daniel. Anyway, yeah, welcome to my home. I'm glad we were finally able to meet. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you last night. I was in the middle of a very, very dangerous invocation, and interrupting me could have caused the doom of this entire town and probably everybody within a couple of leagues. So,
I'm gonna inside check him.
very well.
Cool.
What class are you? Forgot.
Cleric.
Cleric? You know of a couple different magical spells that would do the devastation that he's talking about. And he's definitely telling you the truth.
Okay.
And he says, I hope my apprentice wasn't too rude with you. I told him always to be polite with everybody that he always talks to, and, he's a representation of me, therefore he should be, forthcoming and, but, don't budge, So, I hope you guys had a great night at the Dreaming Boar, and welcome to my home. Please, come in, have a seat.
Thank you. I go and find an open seat and just plop myself down.
Without, touching everything in this house, I'm just gonna kind of peer around as we're walking.
Sure. Inside, you walk inside the main kind of hallway, and he kind of directs you guys to the first door on the right, which leads into a pretty modest-sized dining room. But looking around, you notice a couple of jars with some questionable things inside. Shrunken heads or like a finger of some kind, and all kinds of weird arcane glyphs on the walls and stuff, and a couple of bookcases filled with books. And there's a kind of like a nightstand in the room on the left. When you guys went to the right, there's kind of like a nightstand next to a chair that is just stacked probably 2 feet high with just notebooks.
So you like to take notes. It's quite a lot of books.
Yes, well, when you're a man of knowledge.
Indeed.
Anyway,
Let's get past the pleasantries. We're here for some
have a seat. Have a
information.
seat. He kind of, dresses up the table a little bit, pulls out the chairs for each of you, and holds one for Kilana.
I'll sit and immediately take back out the null map and I'll put it on the table.
I'll sit as well.
Rest
I'll
of you
sit.
sitting? Okay. He pushes your chair in for you, Kilana, and then goes and takes his seat at the table. Minute or two later, his apprentice comes in, and he says, this is Doron. He's my apprentice. Please feel free to, wash up a little bit. As Doran comes in, he's holding this kind of basin, and he kind of sets it in the middle of the table. As you see, Daniel reaches across, puts his hands in, and starts rubbing them together and cleaning off, presumably dirt, whatever. And he just kind of looks at you guys expectantly.
I start
Greetings.
licking my paws clean.
I shall refrain from his offer, but I'm still more interested in the map.
He was just waiting.
So the map is on the table, right?
Yeah.
Put the map on the table.
I kind of grab it and I go, I know this is magic, but what kind of magic? What does it do? What does
Please, wash up. It is rude to have breakfast with last night's dirt on your hands.
Did you not see the thing with paw? Mine. Like,
I will wash up.
pat my hands in.
It's kind of warm, soapy water.
I'm just gonna cross my arms.
Very well.
Oh.
That'll be 2. Doran? Doran just kind of nods, walks away, and a minute or 2 later he comes back with 3 plates of food, puts 1 in front of Daniel, 1 in front of Fang, and 1 in front of Dendar. So,
What is
Thank
it?
you.
how was your guys' trip here, aside from the caravan with the gnolls? Sorry,
just
not the
cheap.
caravan. He doesn't know that. How was your trip here, aside from the gnolls and the wolves? As he starts,
Shitty.
eating a little bit.
Quite shitty.
Just peachy as I'm eating in between
Right.
You're speaking in between bites.
Could have been better. We made it in one piece, though.
I noticed you guys are a little bit covered in blood. Scratches and holes all over.
Guilty.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys made it here in one piece. Can always use more people traveling through the town and spending their hard-earned coin here. Town could use it.
You're dancing around the issue.
What issue?
Do you know anything about this? And I kind of like push the thing closer to him.
Thing. Let the man eat first.
I was gonna say roll perception. Anybody that wants to?
Whoa.
Anybody who rolled 16 or higher, you notice that his eyes quickly went down to the paper and then back up. Those that didn't roll 16 didn't notice that, and he just goes, "That's not meal conversation appropriate," as he goes back to eating his breakfast.
Alright, well, I guess we're just gonna eat breakfast then.
He looks at the two that didn't wash up and goes, "Would you guys like some breakfast? Wash."
No, thank you.
I'll wash up.
Alright. You wash up, and he snaps his fingers, and then whispers something into the air. A moment later, Doroth comes back with another plate of food and sets it in front of you, Kilana.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So while we finish eating, tell us a little about yourself.
What would you like to know?
What brings you to this town?
Well, I've lived here my whole life. Well,
An accomplished wizard
except
like
for when I
you.
went to the academy, but, you know.
Ah,
I discovered my magical talents during my adolescence. My parents were understandably worried and concerned and understandably a little bit fearful, as magic tends to, I'm sure I don't have to tell you guys, sometimes in the wrong hands it can have very devastating consequences. So it's one of those things that if you don't get a handle on it, it'll get a handle on you, if you catch my drift. And yeah, basically I decided it was with this magical talent that I had, it was a time that I needed to go and, you know, get a handle on it. So my parents kind of helped me out with a backpack full of stuff and a couple coins for my pocket, and on the road I went to the academy, and you know, I stayed there for 6 or 7 years, trained up, learned how to control the magics, and came back, and well, here we are.
made your house look pretty.
Yeah, well, it's just an illusion, but it's a simple one.
What kind of arts do you study? You mentioned demonic.
Yes, I study all of the magical arts, but my specialty is in demonology, yes. So pretty much anything that you would picture with demons or devils or anything of the sort like that. Witches certainly fall into that category, and yeah, I pretty much just study anything to do with that. What makes them tick, how to defeat them, how to protect yourself, stuff like that.
Why did you
what do you-
emphasize Lich?
What are you going to do about Chef?
Two different approaches to the same question. We'll talk about that after breakfast. But I emphasized it for the sake of that was what was talked about last night.
I have no idea what was talked about last night.
For adventurers, you guys seem to not pay much attention to your surroundings.
Sleeping.
Very
in
well.
what they call a bed.
I know of a bed. I have one myself.
I know of a bench. Slept on one last night, and it's left me in a cranky mood. When will we finish breakfast? I would like to get to the bottom of this.
Well, whenever you guys are finished breakfast, and when I'm finished breakfast, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Oh, I've been
Okay.
finished breakfast for a while now.
He
Perhaps
seems to
you're
have about a third of his meal left on his plate.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the history of the local towns? Maybe it will give us some helpful insight.
Thekin is a humble farming and milling town. Modest people, modest exploits. Nobody really of import ever came out of here in one way or the other. Gaydon is, it's a much larger town to the west, and they much more dressed up, I guess you could say, than we are here. But it's a pretty cool little town. Aside from that, there's the academy far off to the east where I stayed and did all my learning and stuff. That place is magnificent. If you ever get the chance to go there, just you take that in. Just being there for 5 minutes will make you so much smarter. It's a great place. Aside from that, we got the forest surrounding. I haven't gone too far north. There's a couple of towns up there I'd like to visit at some point when I get some time, but that's kind of the Clifford's notes on the local area.
No areas that seem of other interests?
In what way?
Shady areas.
I mean, certainly shady areas. Evil finds a way to corrupt in a lot of places. So, you'll see various bandits and brigands pestering people on the roads, mugging them for their money. Of course, if you get lost traveling eastward to the academy, there's many different pitfalls you can fall into with frost giants and a swamp. The swamp is to the south. You'll see all kinds of crazy swamp creatures in there, and then I believe that's where the cat creatures like yourself are from. As he's looking over at Fang.
I'm just staring at my plate, not really paying attention, and then as soon as I hear cat, I just go, swamps? Yes, I grew up in a swamp.
Yes, to the south.
Small one. Yes, indeed.
Well, yeah.
Have
so
you been?
No. I've read about it. Many notes. Many notes.
Any note.
Anyway, breakfast is about over for me. How are you guys?
I'm ready to get down to business.
Licking the plate now at this point.
Very well. We will pick up with that after our break. I know, right? We're gonna take a quick little 5 or so potty break real quick, and then we'll come back and hopefully they'll get into some shenanigans. Well, they're already in some shenanigans. More shenanigans will ensue. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll be right back, guys. And we're back. Welcome back. So when we last picked up, obviously only like 5 or so minutes ago, the group was talking to Wizard Daniel in his dining room. And that's where we'll pick up. So he had just finished his breakfast. You guys had all finished, and he had snapped his fingers and whispered something. So just after that happened, Doran comes back into the room and clears the table. And then appears back a minute later and has a carafe of some dark liquid and a bunch of rolled things. And he sets them down in the middle of the table and says, "Here's brandy and cigars if anybody would like to partake."
I pick
Wizard
up both immediately and like, ooh.
Daniel fills his cup a little bit with some brandy and grabs a cigar and snaps his fingers and lights it.
Does it just like poof it's lit, or is it like out of his?
It's like
'Cause if
poof, and
if
there's
it-
a little bit of a flame, and then he holds it there to light.
Ooh, I go try to light mine before he puts it out. Just like,
He
I'll
snaps his
grab a
fingers
cigar.
and holds it out and allows you to light.
as soon as I take a first like drag from it, I just like start coughing, just losing it. Just drink some of the brandy and just like spit it out. What? What?
I take it you don't partake normally. Very well. It's fine.
Well, I mean, from a monastery, you don't. What are these things?
I'm gonna try to do the same thing he did, but use Sacred Flame. Snap my fingers and try to light it.
Yeah, you try to channel your energy once again. You get a little glimpse of a spark, and then it fizzles out.
Is there a reason why my magic can't work here?
Yes, that would be the anti-magic shell. No one can cast inside this building unless I allow them to. Or, directly outside.
I just want to light my cigar.
Light it. It works.
Okay.
It smells like heaven and tastes like that too, because you're sacred energy for a second, and then it's cigar.
I was about to say, shouldn't be saying that on stream.
So he lights up his cigar and kind of waits a moment until everybody kind of sits back in their chair and relaxes, and he says, "Very well, let me see that scroll," and kind of reaches out and takes it off the table.
Slide it towards him.
He picks it up and takes him only a couple of minutes to recognize the language and confirm that he is actually able to decipher the script. However, he says, "I'm going to need to reference my personal library and invest a significant amount of time to do this. And I unfortunately don't have a lot of time, as Captain Gerst has asked me to investigate the recent caravan attack to the north."
Would you like accompaniment on that adventure?
Well, here's a solution. I could translate the scroll for you if you would investigate the caravan attack. And if you find who's responsible, you just bring them to justice. When you
One
return, I shall
caravan,
have this translated
Two
for you.
caravan. 3 caravan magic. What's another caravan mystery to us?
Well,
Shut
any
up,
information that we will require, then we can go do that.
Yes, very well. I had sent 2 very large birds on this caravan setting to the north. I would like them back, as they're valuable, exotic birds, and preferably alive.
I'm gonna glare over at the cat as he says that.
They were a gift from a friend who lives far away.
Do I catch his glare?
Uh,
Out of
roll
curiosity.
perception.
Eh.
Yep.
As soon as I see him looking at me, I just go, "Don't worry, you're the only bird for me."
All right. Yeah, so if you guys could just go north and discover what happened with the caravan, bring those that are responsible to justice, and bring me back my birds, that should be it.
Sounds easy enough.
Very
That's what
well.
they said about the last one too.
Well, the information that I was able to get from Gerst was that the caravan was attacked by a being that identified himself as Jeff, the Dread Tailor of Vecna and Acerarak. I'm not sure if you're familiar with any of those names. I've never heard of Jeff. The other two, I've studied extensively.
What are the names again? Sorry.
Jeff, the Dread Tailor,
Uh-huh.
and he is the Dread Tailor for Vecna and Acerarak.
Do I recognize either of those names?
Roll.
What about the title Dread Tailor?
The title Dread Tailor? Okay, so we'll do it this way. If you want to know about the title of the Dread Tailor, roll history. If you want to know about Vecna and Acerarak, roll history or religion.
Oh, I don't know shit.
Okay. Okay, so relatively decent-ish rolls. Upon hearing the Dread Tailor, you have never heard it before in your life.
Nope.
As same for everybody
Figured as
else.
much.
Upon hearing Vecna and
Dread Tailor.
Acerarak, Kilana, you recognize both the names. Vecna was hold on to my notes. There's a lot of scrolling that needs to go on here. 1 second.
In this brief pause, I can say peanut butter and jam sandwich is a bad idea. Going every.
Right. Okay. So, Kilana, both Vecna and Acerarak have a long history. Vecna is a deity of Greyhawk, and he is a lich god. Acerarak is a demi-lich. You've never heard of the Dread Tailor or in any connection to Vecna or Acerarak, but given your history roll or your religion roll, you do know that obviously one of them is a demi-lich and the other one is a lich god.
I'm gonna.
I will type the names for you in Discord just so that you guys get the correct spelling. There you are. So Daniel continues on and says, I've never heard of this Jeff, and personally, I doubt the power of any wizard that requires the assistance of any kind of thing in able to handle 2 wagon drivers and 4 guards. That seems too much for one person to pull off, and I can't think of somebody who would. So this has got to be somebody who's maybe pushing above his station, probably has help. I don't know. Anyway, they were ambushed about two leagues north of here. Yeah, that's all I really know. I have heard rumors that nearby where they were ambushed, there's a haunted ruin. An old stone house in the middle of some woods southwest of the road. I've heard it mentioned by, some local travelers' tales about some mad laughter and a dark shape in the night just off the path. But aside from that, I don't really know too much about it.
This seems like the perfect job for a wizard. Why don't you come along with us?
You have me identifying your scroll.
Yeah, you can come after.
This is going to take a significant period of time.
How significant are we talking here?
Days, possibly longer. Plus, I don't just identify things for free. That hence the trade. You guys deal with this problem for me, I deal with this problem for you.
As expected.
Very well.
Agreed.
I believe we have terms.
Very well.
If we must.
It's like still super early, right?
Oh yeah. It's
Is
just
his
Sure.
apprentice in the room?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, you could call him or...
Nah.
Alright.
Alright, well, we might as well start making towards the direction of the caravan, at least.
If I may inquire your knowledge of one other topic.
Certainly. What can I help you with?
I reach into my bag. I'm gonna take out the enchanted dagger and one of the coins. I'm gonna put them on the table and slowly slide it towards them.
Interesting. Hold on. Takes the dagger and holds it between two fingers, just barely touching the hilt. Rotates it a couple of times in his hands, looking it over, and then you notice that his eyes just go pure glassy white for a moment, and then comes back to, and he's like, an enchanted dagger. Or at least it was. See, it's a relatively novelty item. It's just a simple dagger, but there is a faint trace of some magically infused poison that I've only ever seen twice before.
May I ask where you have seen them?
I should hate to repeat who I saw it on, as he sets it down and slowly slides it across, giving you a knowing look.
I eye him, I look at the coin, I look at him, I look at the coin.
He picks up the coin, looks at it for only a second, and then puts it down and slides it back across the table to you. Same. I believe you know.
Yes, we do. Just seeking information.
Well, I, without saying too much to not put my own neck on the block, as it were, I try not to meddle in certain people's affairs. So, that's where we'll leave that.
Do you know of anyone who knows the enchantment that was on that dagger?
He just looks at you.
Is there someone else we could talk to? That way, you are not involved?
Perhaps there would be some people willing to speak openly of the subject, though I would wager to say that they would probably require a very hefty fee for any information. Alternatively, you could talk to the source themselves if you found them.
And hypothetically, how would we do that?
Hypothetically, if you were in a place that had some less reputable people in it, in perhaps some cavernous part of the town, you might stumble upon a group. You kind of gather that he's saying an underground group, but without saying it.
I'm just staring at him blankly because all of his like subtlety is just going like. Just be like, there's a group that's in the ground.
And hypothetically, what direction of the town would I go seeking these people?
Well, you wouldn't find anybody like that in Thekan, but perhaps in Gaiden. Perhaps in the cities to the north that I have not been, I'm not sure, but certainly in the towns surrounding the academy, where there is many people that live a life of riches, they tend not to want to get their hands dirty, so they might employ people to do things for them. You might find such people there.
I nod. And I'll slowly slide the coin back, put it in my backpack, and I'll put the dagger in my pocket.
Okay.
So we have a deal about the map.
Yes, I shall get to work on it right after you leave, and we'll have it ready for you hopefully by the time you return. With my birds preferably alive. They're very
We
valuable.
shall try our hardest.
Well, I appreciate that.
Is there anything else you require of us? And I slowly start to stand up.
If you come across anything of magical nature, please allow me to study it. I am a man of knowledge, so anything I can learn, I will not forget. And I will not forget those that allow me to learn.
As he says this, I look at him and go, the only thing worth knowing, truly knowing yourself. And I stand up and I walk out before he can respond.
Okay. The others that are still at the table, you just see him make one of these faces.
The cat's weird.
Nice. As I finish standing up, I'm going to extend my hand for a handshake.
He stands up and reaches over and shakes your hand.
Giant snack.
Thank you for having us for breakfast.
Thank you for being so polite. Not everyone is, well, thank you.
I look in the direction of the cat. I nod and smile.
He was also looking in the direction of the cat.
I shall slowly make my way towards the door.
All right,
Same.
everybody leaving?
Yep. I'm gonna
Alright.
take my cigar with me, puffing on it as we're going, though.
I
Okay.
left mine.
All right. So you guys step outside, and you are in the middle of the, not in the middle of the town, but you're outside of the wizard's house, and he's inside. Door closes behind you. You hear a click, and then you're on the main
I'm already-
thoroughfare.
I'm already on my way to like the northern exit.
Okay, so you take a right,
Just
and
like-
you start walking briskly down the main
Yeah,
thoroughfare.
before they even before they even left. Like
Yeah.
I left the door and was just going.
So the three of you come out, and the cat's nowhere to be seen. You look pretty hard, like as soon as you get out and you take a right, and you look pretty hard, and you think that you can see him and his like tail flapping back and forth as he's walking down the road.
I'm gonna fly up, see if I can see him. See which way he's
Alright.
going.
Roll perception with
Shouldn't be
advantage.
Too hard. I am huge.
Glad I
You
had
had
advantage.
Oh.
Well, you had a bird's eye view. Puns.
There's a thing I gotta do real quick.
Boo.
Yeah. So you see from your bird's eye view that he is heading towards the north exit of the town.
I'll land and tell my party mates where he is at. and
Okay.
we'll start briskly making our way towards that area.
Are you guys trying to catch up?
I'm gonna wait at the gate, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not gonna leave. I'm just going
Sure.
straight to the gate.
Sure. Does anybody want to do anything else before you guys leave town?
As we're walking, I'm gonna put my scale mail on.
Sure. Anybody else want to do
Uh,
anything?
so I just want to say, as they're kind of approaching,
Hmm?
how do I do? I make them show up. They can just hear that from a slight distance. You're just kind of like bouncing in anticipation to go out and do some good in the world.
All right. So, roughly about 10 minutes passes as you guys are walking, and Zyle's, doing the buckles up on his armor, and he's walking, and you kind of notice that Zyle stops, like, for a second and starts, like, looking up in the air and, like, turning his head ever so slightly. So, you hear some purring sounds.
The cat is nearby.
You guys continue walking. Just outside the north gates, you see the cat kind of leaning against a stump, purring.
Hey guys, we
Let
get
us be off.
Okay.
very good.
We will fast travel. So it takes you guys about 2 hours of traveling the road through the north. As you approach, you see smoke still rises from the charred remains of what seems to be the merchant caravan. A trio of buzzards flies away from bloated bodies as you approach. A lone coyote also flees, carrying away a fortunately unidentifiable piece of bloody meat in its mouth. Its movement draws your attention to 2 severed heads mounted on sharpened stakes at the edge of the road. Under the heads is a broken wooden plank with these words. For the stream, it says, Beware da dread Taler. Beware without the E, and then duh, and then dread without the A, and then Taylor without the I. Crudely carved and spelled in the common tongue.
Obviously, someone cannot write.
Oops, I didn't mean to click that twice.
That's the same roll either way.
Yeah, so oh yeah, it is. Hey, look at that. I just want to make sure that there's nothing hiding in the bushes after our last time. So basically, the coyote spooked me. I'm
Sure.
thinking wolves again. So Fang is just kind of sitting there, just like.
Right.
Look-
You see the
looking for
2
wolves.
wagons smoldering in the middle of the road. Lying near them are the bodies of 2 beheaded guards, as well as a dead draft horse. The bodies are completely stripped of any clothing or equipment, and are both male. One is human, while the other is an elf. Scavengers have obviously been at the bodies. If anybody wants to investigate them, give me a wisdom medicine check.
Hey, see you, boy.
All right, well, that's enough. Everybody except for Kilana determines that these men were killed by small slashing blades, weapons that are preferred by goblins.
Question with this. Oh, great. Question with this perception roll that I did before. Would I be able to tell if the elf said one of them was an elf, right? Was the person from the inn the previous night?
It seems to be a different person.
Okay.
And with your 19, you reveal several broken black-fletched arrows and a couple of crude leather sacks caught in tree branches above the smoldering wagons. The
Above?
grass, yeah, above, in the branches. The grass and dirt around the site have been trampled by many feet.
Lovely.
If you want to investigate that, give me a survival check.
Well, I
So
see shit.
Zyle is the only one, the only one that succeeds, and you are able to determine that the attackers, based on the kind of foot size and determination, is that they were goblin, and that there's at least 5 sets of footprints. And you roll.
Do they lead off in any certain direction?
I was about to get to that. They're kind of all smattered in, different directions for the most part, but you are able to pick out the tracks of large birds in the jumble, as well as the goblin tracks, which lead away to the southwest. There is no sign of this demon, lich, wizard, whatever that Nora and Powell
Jeff.
saw.
No sign of Jay.
Seems there are some tracks that lead off. Since there's
Which-
nothing else here, we should probably follow these.
Which direction, bird?
Southwest.
Then southwest we shall go. And I make after the tracks.
The rest of you going too?
Yep.
All right. About 2 miles away, you guys are traveling along these kind of goblin path with the little bird tracks, and you find the ruins of an old stone house that sits upon a forlorn hill. There are no trees in the area, only scrub grass and thorn bushes.
I don't see shit.
Yep, just grass and thorn bushes.
Gonna take a deeper look as well.
Fang and Dendar.
Oh.
Ooh, nice. Let's see, what do you see? So, Zyle, Dendar, and Fang, you guys see that the ruin of the house that sits upon this bare hill sits next to what looks to be an old stone well. The roof seems to have rotted away so long ago that the walls have started to crumble. The only doorway that stands empty, as well as the windows. Vines and thistles have started to cling to the old stones, claiming the ruin as their own. As you approach, you can hear the wind softly moan through the many cracks and holes. You have rarely seen so few places so forlorn.
I'm gonna go over to the well and take a look into it.
You get pulled in.
Yeah, you could totally get pulled in.
Wait,
No,
actually.
hold on. No. Give me a perception check at the well. All right. What was that? You stop and listen, holding completely still. You could be mistaken, but you thought you heard something in the well. Just as you start to give up and move away, you hear it again. A harsh, odd little giggle. It's definitely coming from inside the well.
Hold on, I might have something.
Okay.
Is it just Nick who hears this?
He's the only one
Who's
that
Nick?
hears it. Are you guys with him?
Mm,
And yeah, who is Nick? I don't know who that is.
sorry.
Are you guys
Do I
all
hear it?
like approaching with him? No, you didn't hear it.
I mean, I'm looking at what he's doing. Does he look like he's like doing some weird shit with the well, or standing near it?
He's standing near it, and it looked like he put his ear out for a second and was like looking, and then just as he turned away, he stops. And that's where he is.
Something wrong?
Thought I heard something in this thing. Is it completely dark all the way down there?
From what you can see.
Is the well made out of stone?
Yep.
I'm gonna touch one of the stones and cast light on it.
Okay. Upon casting light on the stone, a very creepy-looking creature, humanoid in appearance, with one very large eye and grinning teeth and sinewy kind of looking skin. Kind of scampers up a little bit closer towards the light. And he says, "Hello, I'm Sir. What can I do for you?"
We saw a trail of footprints lead this way. Do you happen to know anything about a caravan?
Well, I mean, I've heard of caravans before, certainly, obviously. What specifically?
Did you see one last night?
Oh no, I just hang out around here.
I'm gonna insight check that.
It's hard to read. Hard to read.
So is he like, he's in the well still, right? He's
Yep.
not like out of the well, so we don't see this conversation happening.
You can hear the voice and the laughter. You can't quite see him unless you peer over the well where Zyle is. Because
Okay, I walk
Zyle's
up
like
to
directly
Zyle.
looking.
I just walk up to Zyle and be like, "Man, do you hear that? Am I going crazy? What?" Then I look down the well and just like instantly jump backwards and fall on my ass. Just like, ah!
Yeah, you see it.
Gonna look over towards the cat. Can't go crazy if you're already crazy.
Huh? Crazy? Who's crazy?
I stand up and like kind of like peer back over again, very hesitant.
So,
I'm gonna ask. Uh-oh.
Sorry, what was his name again?
Sir,
my name is Sir.
Tell me, sir, what is it that you want?
I want nothing.
nobody wants nothing.
Hmm.
I shall give you what you want if you tell us about some events that have been going on here. Maybe something about some goblins?
Goblins. I've seen goblins. I see them all the time.
Did you see any last night?
Oh, yes, many goblins
Did
last
they
night.
have 2 birds with them?
How many
Birds.
goblins?
Ooh, many goblins. Many goblins.
And where did they go?
Oh, well. Tell you what, I'll make a trade with you. I will give you my knowledge of these goblins and where they went, and in return, you will give me something magical. Or
I'm
a
growing
secret.
impatient with you. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on him.
You're not impatient with me, I'm impatient with you, as he runs up, scabbers, and slashes you across the face.
I'll try
Oh.
to dodge.
You can try. What's your AC?
16.
Okay, he misses. And scampers back
Uh,
down the well.
Is it possible
Did he
make
try to
a-
jump out and do it? Or
He
did he
just-
just kind of...
He scampered up really quickly and slashed and then dropped back down. Like in the
Hmm.
matter of like half a second.
Okay. Then, yeah,
And you
I
just
will
hear
cast...
you just hear chuckling from the bottom of the well.
If it is magic that you want, sir.
Hold on. Let Zyle reconcile what he was doing. What do you want to do?
I was gonna cast Sacred Flame on him.
Alright, make an attack roll. Spell attack roll.
I was gonna say I would also probably take an attack of opportunity if it's moving right by me.
I mean you're kind of there, but it
I mean, I'll roll for it to see if I can actually hit it, but like I feel like Fang would just like
okay, yeah.
instantly.
I'll let you make a melee attack with disadvantage.
Alright.
Roll your damage.
You just need to make a dex save.
He does? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me pull up his character sheet. Okay, his dex. He fails?
Yep. It's radiant damage.
Okay, so that's that, and then the 10 points of slashing. Okay.
And then, as I'm doing that, I'm gonna also cast. Well, are we in combat right now?
Well, I was gonna say, you were just about to channel a spell. Just as he comes up and slashes at you, you dip out of the way, cast the spell just as Fang was making his slash, and then you hear a bloop as he seems to have disappeared into some water below in the well. And you hear a chuckling sound.
I will cast Thaumaturgy and yell down the well, "Worm!" And I'm gonna jump down into the well.
Oh.
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 Okay.
All right.
Okay, let me check what happens.
Leroy Jenkins. I mean, respect. He attacked first.
My character takes no shit.
Yeah, like straight up.
Actually, he didn't attack first. He has insane reflexes and a special ability called Weird Insight. So as soon as he detected a hostile action, he reacted. So you guys actually shot first. Way to go, Han.
I'll take that.
Okay, interesting. Give me, let's see, a dexterity saving throw as you jump down the well. Okay. You are going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as when you drop down the well, your foot catches on a brick that is just slightly sticking out on the inside of the well, and you tumble down and smack belly flop basically into the water below. What did you want to do?
I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. And now roll initiative. Everybody.
Sick.
There it is.
Phew. Sir goes first.
Oh.
And then Dendar. And then Kilana. Oh wait, sorry, Zyle's above them both. You can do your cure wound. Oh, you already did it. That's what that roll was. No wonder I'm confused. So got that,
Sorry.
got that, and then the 10 is Fang. Okay.
Yep.
So your cure wounds goes off, and then it is his turn in combat, and he is going to do. He is going to cast Rotting Gaze on Zyle. So Zyle, give me a Constitution saving throw. You succeed.
Yeah.
That is the end of his turn. Wait. You sense a little bit of like the water around you has been moving and stuff since you fell in, but you notice like a little bit more of a current as you presume he is swimming. Should mention the well is only like 4 or 5 feet wide, and you're down, so presumably he's swimming down. Your turn.
Do I see him?
Nope. Well, I mean, make a perception check with disadvantage. No, you don't see him. Murky water.
Okay. And it's completely dark down here, pitch black, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I will cast light on myself then.
Okay. You start glowing like a beacon of light. You hear a chuckle. Anything else?
I'm checking. I'm sorry.
No worries.
And you said it's only about 4 feet wide?
About 4.5, 5 feet wide, somewhere around there is how wide it is.
I'm gonna go towards the right-hand wall and put my back up against it.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
What?
No, all good. Let's see. After that, we go to Dendar.
Let's do some of that.
You can't see the creature, so you can't cast a spell on it.
He's too far down?
You can't see.
I thought that Even if I peek into the well?
You can try. Do a perception check with disadvantage.
Let's do that.
Some murky water.
It is murky water, and you've got a big-ass fucking bird down in the water. Yeah. So
Wouldn't it even out since I casted light on myself to...
yeah, you've basically illuminated the place. Now it's just you're a shining beacon of light. Have you ever stared into the sun? That's kind of what he's doing right now.
I'm not that dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of like looking directly into a light bulb or something like that. When he looks down the well, he just sees light, nothing but light coming up with the 8 roll. So you can
Well, I guess I'm waiting then.
do something else with your action if you'd like.
I'm gonna look at everyone else. Look down the well. I'm just waiting. I'm not jumping in that well. Hell no.
Okay.
Not at the moment.
Do you want to prepare an action, or are you just skipping your turn?
Yeah, if the fuck thing crawls back up from the well, I'm gonna cast on it.
Okay.
Specifically, Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Cool. Then you will be casting Dissonant Whispers if the fuck crawls out of the well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Keelana, your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna have my.
You're like coming in and out of mute. I don't know if.
I'm gonna have my longsword out. There we go.
There you go.
My bad. Haven't talked since break, I guess. I'm gonna have my longsword out and just be ready, I guess.
Okay.
Not
So
much I can do.
preparing a long sword attack. Got it. Fang, what would you like to do?
I think I'm also just. I'm not gonna prepare anything, but I'm gonna hold myself to drop myself back in.
Well, you can't like hold your entire turn. You can hold an action like they've done, or you can skip your turn. So they're basically saying like, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
if this
fair
happens.
enough. Yeah, I guess I'll just prep an unarmed attack then.
Okay. So if he reappears, he's gonna get fucked up. Is basically what you guys are saying. Let's see what he's gonna do. Okay. He is going to plus, is it wisdom? It is wisdom.
Was Alice just down there, slowly getting the crap kicked out of him? Oh,
Okay,
well,
so-
standing up here like, well, hopefully it comes back.
He sees everything. Zyle, give me another Constitution saving throw. You succeed again. Nothing happens. Zyle, your turn.
How deep is this water? Do I feel it on my feet?
Well, your feet are holding you against a wall, aren't they? So if you... Oh, okay, right. Then no, you're just kind of like bobbing in the water. You can't feel a bottom.
Okay. I will dive down and see if I can find him. Or see if I see him. I'll dive down.
Okay.
5 feet.
Okay. So you dip down into the water 5 more feet. And give me a perception check. You can see him about 20 feet further down. He seems to be just kind of sitting there against one of the sides of the wall of the well, and he's got his one open eye just kind of staring right at you, and you can see a grin on his face.
I will cast Guiding Bolt on him.
Alright. Hit the spell card for me.
Oh, too many windows open. Not enough real estate.
It's free real estate.
Alright, make your ranged spell attack.
Oh, fuck. How do I do that again? Was it
D20 plus
D20
your...
plus,
One sec.
plus spell attack back on bonus, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
24 will hit. Roll your damage.
I really need to make this into an attack.
Yep. Do 14 points of what kind of damage?
Radiant.
Radiant. Okay. Okay. You kind of shoot out your little bolt, and it hits him square in the center of the chest. And you notice that his grin kind of turns to a grimace for a second, and then turns back into a grin. Anything else?
I will swim back up and then kind of wedge myself up against without being in the water now.
Sure. Okay. Dendar, your turn.
So I still can't see the guy if I look down into the well.
You can try. Roll perception with disadvantage. You can see something moving deep below the water.
And it's not my friend.
Correct. He's on the surface.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's the range on Dissonant Whispers, or was it 60?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
60 feet.
20 wisdom. Okay, he fails. Takes 13 points of psychic. Couple of bubbles come up to the top of the well and then kind of dissipate as they hit the surface.
He also flees full speed in the opposite direction of me, so he's swimming down if he's not dead.
You don't know?
Just as a, extra thing.
No, I read it. Alright, Kilana, you're up.
I'm just gonna stay ready with my longsword.
Okay, Fang, you're up.
Same here.
Alright, we go back to Sir. Okay. Sir is going to swim up to the surface and attempt to attack Zyle, since his spells aren't hitting. Here is the first hit. Does that hit?
Nope.
Okay, second attack. That'll also miss. And he's going to attempt to swim back down. Do you want an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll use unarmed talons.
Okay. That'll miss, unfortunately. As he disappears back below the water. And we go to Zyle.
Did I see the direction that he swam in?
There's
Besides
only
down.
one direction, it's down.
Okay.
It's a well, it only goes one way.
Fair. Can I see him?
Not from above the water. The glare from the light.
It's fair. I will.
Instead of
dive
making
back
you roll
down.
again with disadvantage, I'm just saying go under the water.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go back into the water.
Okay. Roll perception, just straight across. Alright, 13, you can see him. He's about 25 feet below.
Okay. I will cast Toll of the Dead on him.
Alright. Spell card.
Spell card. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you won't be able to cast it.
Why?
It's a verbal and somatic spell. Verbal, you're underwater. So you'd be like, muddles the spell.
It'd be
Yeah. If you got something non-verbal.
Let's see. Hold on.
I didn't realize that for Guiding Bolt, so you're
Yep,
kind of lucky on the first one.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I will start shimming up the well.
Okay. Make
Why?
a athletics check.
How big are
You
you?
manage to climb up maybe about 2 bricks worth before you reach your hand out and grab a brick and it crumbles and you fall back into the well. It is Dendar's turn. Looking down the well, you can see your bird friend just
Yeah.
starfished across the surface of the water.
He's not dead though.
No, he didn't take any damage. He just
Yeah.
slipped and fell back into the water. Unfortunately, he's kind of obscuring your vision.
The bird, get your ass back up here. You can do it.
Very angrily.
Zyle, you have a Bardic Inspiration die. You can add a d6 to any of your rolls in the next 10 minutes.
It's so
Okay.
inspired.
So that's like 20 turns in battle that you can have that die for. Anyway, is that your entire turn, Dendar, or would you like to do more?
Yeah, I don't have a rope for him, so I don't know if he's in trouble, so I'm just chilling.
Alright. Kiwana?
Do you have an explorer's pack?
It's Kielana's turn now.
I'm gonna pull out my rope and toss it down, holding the
Alright.
other end.
Okay. You're holding one end, the
Seeing-
other end has been dropped into the well.
Seeing rope go out, I would also like to grab onto it.
Okay. You also grab onto the rope. Back to Sir's turn. Considering nothing is going his way, he's going to yet again try his Rotting Gaze. I need a Constitution saving throw from Zyle. That one actually will hit. You take 11 points of necrotic damage. And that is the end of his turn. Zyle, you're up.
Meta break.
Mm.
Taking off a piece of armor, does that count as one action point or a turn?
That'll count
One
as
action.
an action, yes. It also takes a significant amount of time. Like,
Mhm.
putting on your armor takes like
Doffing.
10 minutes, taking it off takes like 5 or something like that.
Yeah. Doffing your armor, 5 minutes. Well, it depends on the armor actually, but
So it's not actually like one action. It'll be like, I don't know, like 10 rounds of combat or something.
like 8 actions.
Yeah.
Okay. I will dip just my head into the water to see if I can see him.
Sure. Make a perception check. You can see him. He is about 25 feet below the water.
I will take my head back out of the water and cast Sacred Flame or Toll of the Dead on him.
All right. Make your. Or does he? He has to do a save.
Wisdom save. Yeah.
It's a wisdom save. Oh, it says +0. He fails. Roll your damage.
And since he's already got damage taken from it, it's a D12 of necrotic.
Okay. How would you like to kill him? All right, too late. So
Yeah.
you cast the spell, and everybody kind of hears this really muddled kind of gong sound, and then you just see the water kind of turn to a reddish kind of look to it, and then slowly this really sinewy-looking humanoid-ish creature, Sand's head, floats up to the top of the well where the water level is.
I'm going to look around on his body. Does he have any type of clothing on?
Make an investigation check.
So I want to look over the edge and see that he's down there and see that he's looting a dead corpse and be like, man, grab the rope and just like slowly start pulling it up. Like very, very slowly, but like just to get his attention that like we're not gonna wait here forever.
Right. He is not wearing any clothes, and upon a very thorough search, including a cavity search, you find nothing. He has absolutely nothing on him.
I will take the pull one finger out. Flick one finger out, making a fist with my talon. Does he have ears? I'm assuming yes.
His head is gone. It exploded when you rang your big ass bell.
Mm-hmm.
I will cut a finger off then with my talon.
Okay. You sever a finger.
Weird.
You have a very disgusting, almost leathery, rubbery, sinewy kind of finger in your inventory now.
It's just going to be severed finger.
Okay. Just make sure you mark down that it's like sinewy and not a normal finger.
Okay. How do you spell that?
Get you a picture of what he looks like. Sinew. And then I guess Y.
Okay. I will grab the rope now.
Alright. You want to climb out, make a strength check, athletics with advantage because of the rope.
Can we assist since we're helping pull up?
Assist would just give advantage. Tell you what, you can roll again.
Actually, I will wrap the rope around my hand, kind of like, getting a real good grip on it.
Right.
It's going to take some time, but slowly take off my armor piece.
Alright. Then, with that, I'll have the other two make a strength check. Both of you.
3.
Did you grab the rope? 'Cause you
I
didn't
see what they're
say.
doing now, and I'll grab the rope.
Okay, then all three of you can make a strength check. 16, 8, and 7 does beat 20, so you, with some effort, manage to pull him up. But
Why?
give me a strength saving throw, Zyle. Alright. Oh, you take 4 points of muscle tearing damage as you're being almost pulled up just by your arm, and you can feel the tension in your shoulders. It hurts. No permanent damage, but it hurts real bad. But you
Okay.
do manage to get pulled to the top.
Enjoy your dip, I say as I help pull him out of the well. Find anything worthwhile?
I'll hold up the finger. And this is why you don't fuck with me.
I just look disgusted and just kind of turn away. Ooh.
Okay. What do you guys
As
want to
soon
do?
as I get back up, I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
I would like to take a look around to see if there are more goblin tracks.
Okay. Make a survival check.
Ooh,
That'll do it.
Nat 20.
Yeah, you see
Pew, pew, pew.
some goblin tracks that lead past the kind of hill that you're on, and they lead kind of down towards a little bit of a ravine behind the hill.
I'm just gonna go. I found the tracks again. This way. And start heading towards the ravine.
So, one moment, Cat. You said there was like a ruins of like a house here, yeah?
Yep.
I'm gonna go check out the ruins of the house.
All right.
Isn't this what this is? Was I- Question: was I the only one who heard this stuff about this place?
I rolled a 1
Yeah,
perception, so I
everybody else
literally
went to sleep.
just voided it.
Everybody else would have been either asleep or not paying attention or whatever.
As soon as I start to see him kind of like making it towards ruins, I go, wait. I heard
What?
the folk here speak of this, and it was not good to speak either. Maybe we'd best be moving past.
What are you talking about?
It's the cat babbling again.
I'm gonna go check out the house.
Okay. You
Don't
walk
say I
over to the
didn't
house.
warn
Give me an
you.
investigation check. The house is paved with large stones. It has 2 rooms, scattered with leaves and other debris. The fallen remains of a fireplace and chimney lie in the largest room. The smaller room contains some fur and some bones from a long-dead raccoon.
There's nothing here. I walk out.
Hold on. One of the paving stones in the large room is engraved with a small human skull.
Is there anything of worth in this house? I'm gonna go through the front door if I can.
You kind of walk through a little bit of this like ramshackled, half decrepit, half falling down kind of building, and you see previously described.
Yep, that's all I see.
I am not going anywhere near this house.
I'm too enraged from previous encounters.
Well, shenanigans.
See. I'll walk out of the house.
Yeah, I walk out. There's nothing for me here.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything? Or
Nope,
what are you
I'm-
doing?
Still waiting to go down the path towards the ravine.
I go with the cat.
Okay.
I'm gonna gather up my rope and go with them.
Okay.
I'll follow.
So you follow the goblin tracks to this shallow, to a 20-foot deep ravine, which leads into a shallow underground kind of stream. You approach what appears to be the mouth of a cave, roughly 5 feet high, maybe 6 feet wide. There is a cold, shallow stream that flows through the tunnel.
Also, when I got pulled out of the well, I stopped trying to unbuckle my chest piece.
All right. I assumed you weren't taking it off the whole time because it would have taken forever.
Yeah.
And you didn't say one way or the other. You just asked out of DM. Anyway. The mud on the sides of the stream is heavily churned by the passage of many feet. The height of the tunnel appears to be consistent at 5 feet, but expands to about 15 as you guys are walking through and enter what seems to be some large chamber area. What do you guys want to do?
I will... Is it dark?
It's pretty dark, but you do have light coming in from behind you a little bit. It would be considered dark, yeah. Not or dim light, not dark.
Throw that down, see if there's kind of like, is there light coming from further in? Or...
How long did it take us to get to this cave?
From the house, probably 2 hours.
Okay, I will recast light on myself.
Okay. As you're doing that, Feng looking around, you can see 3 goblin guards on the far side of the kind of main area that you're in.
Shit.
Just as you spot them, all 3 disappear, hiding behind things or running away. As Zyle comes around the corner with the light.
Can I, is it possible to also duck behind something as well?
There's not really anything, like, you're kind of like in an open mouth of a cave, and then, like, you guys walked in, and you walked in, you're like, huh, okay, I see 3 goblins, and then all of a sudden there's light behind you, and they're like, scatter. So there's like nothing really, like no kind of like rocks or outcroppings or anything. It's very smooth, very open, with a small little ravine next to you.
Well, I'm gonna say goblins and bring it to everyone's attention.
Okay.
We already knew that.
Obvious, cat is obvious.
What are you guys
Just
doing?
chasing it. I'm going deeper in the cave.
Okay.
Can I still see the goblin?
Nope. They
I go deeper.
gone. All right. You guys walk about, let's say what, 20 feet in, or so. How far do you guys want to go?
20 feet to start with.
Okay. So you guys walk about 20 feet in, and I'll go with Dendar's perception here. Excuse me. You can hear from the opposite side, where there seems to be like a ledge, like a drop-off, you can hear some kind of scuffing sounds coming from the other side of the, like, over the ledge. Aside from that, on the ground, about 10 feet in front of you, you guys can see, or I guess Dendar and Fang, you can see a kind of 10-foot kind of cropped area in the middle of the path of this kind of cave entrance that seems to be not as dusty as the rest of the room. There is a single silver coin in the center.
So there's just the single coin, nothing else.
Yep. If you're gonna make a roll, you have to explain why. You can't just roll and be like,
Oh,
"Tell me."
what do I see?
Same thing. Only you notice that it's the same dustiness as the rest of the room. You see a coin in the middle.
I'm gonna walk up to the coin and grab it.
I stay back.
All right.
Same. I stay back.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
You're going to take 1 point of falling damage and 3 points of piercing damage as you fall into a pit of spikes. And I need a Constitution saving throw. And the rest of you guys noticed that that kind of circular area was like leather with the coin in the middle, and when he walked over to grab it, he just dropped into what seems to be a pit. I need that con save, please.
Yep.
I look at the bird.
Oh.
I facepalm. I look
You-
at the pit.
Also take 3 points of poison damage as you are in the middle of a pit.
Sweet. I love it.
Upon falling in, I can close that down. Hooray. Okay. Upon falling in, Dendar, because you're previous 21, you can hear that kind of scratching like sound that you heard over the edge of this ledge gets louder, and you look up just in time to see 3 goblins crawling up over the ledge and running towards you guys. Everybody roll initiative. Wow, great rolls. And then Fang. And then Zyle. And then Keelana. Cool. Dendar, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
How close are they?
You're about 5 feet back from the pit. The pit's 15 feet wide. They're on the other side by 5 feet, so what's that, 25? 25 feet away? On the other side of the pit.
I can't wait to hear you scream.
Which one are you casting on? Left, right, or middle?
Middle.
Alright. He succeeds.
Damn it.
That's with a -1. Ooh.
Yeah, for real. I'm good.
Alright. Fang. You are hurting in the middle of a pit.
Yeah, I would like to get out of the pit in the shortest manner possible.
Okay.
So that's back towards the party, correct?
Oh, you're right in the middle.
All right
yeah,
in the middle?
you will say you're like 5 feet closer to them than the other guys, so yeah.
I'd like to do that, please.
Alright, give me an athletics check to climb out of the pit. Unfortunately, you try to climb up and the kind of slopey mud keeps slipping as you try and climb out, and you keep slipping back down. Do you have a bonus action or whatever?
I believe so, yeah. Can I use my bonus action to jump out using
That would take an action.
this though? Even though I'm not. Oh well, actually, hold on. Sorry.
Oh wait, you're a monk, so if you're using a monk
Yeah.
ability, do you get it though at level 2?
I wasn't going to use a key point. I was thinking about feline
Oh.
agility. I was thinking about this, but I don't.
Yeah, that wouldn't apply because you're in a
Hmm.
pit and you already failed your check.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, well, no, I'm stuck in a pit.
Okay. Then we'll go to Zyle.
I can see the 3 goblins, yeah.
Do you have dark vision?
I have light casted on me.
Oh, that's right, you do. Yes, you can see them.
Cool.
Perfectly illuminated.
Sweet. I will cast Sacred Flame on the center one.
All right. Do your
Dex
roll.
save.
Oh, right, that's them. He saves.
Mm-hmm.
Does he still take damage or no?
That is a negative, sir.
Okay. Any movement or bonus action?
I will stay where I'm at. Kind of readying myself.
The goblin on the left is going to use all of his movement speed to run around the pit and attack the closest person to him, which would be... I don't know, I didn't really establish how you guys were lined up, so I'll just say you're in a row. So I guess that'd probably be Dendar, considering he cast the spell. So, d20 plus 4. 17 against your AC?
Hit.
Okay. For 7 points of slashing damage. And as his bonus action, he is going to disengage and... Never mind, he can't. He used all his movement. He's not going to do anything. That is the end of Goblin number 1's turn. Number 2 is just going to pull out a short bow and attempt to shoot the guy made of light. For a 19.
Mm-hmm.
You take 3 points of piercing damage.
Personally, I'd rather the guy with the light than the guy in the pit.
But you're not a threat at the moment. And that is Goblin 2's turn. Keelana, you're up.
I'm gonna take out my long sword and my shield. And the closest one to me is how far away?
That'll be Goblin number 1's to your left, about 10 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up and slash at it.
Alright, make your attack roll. That'll hit, roll damage. That'll kill him. He's just
Nice.
dead. You slash and bring it down right shoulder down to, I guess, his waist and just cleave him right in half. Any bonus action or the rest of your movement?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. Goblin number 3 is going to pull out his short bow and shoot the shiny paladin that just killed his best friend. I don't know if they're friends. I didn't write that. And he's gonna miss. That's the end of
They
his
are
turn.
not
Actually, it's not. He's gonna use his bonus action to hide, and he will kind of dip back below that ledge and out of your guys' vision. Dendar, you're up.
Goblin next to me.
That one's dead. It just got cleaved in half by Keelana.
Okay, then I'm going to the one that has the bow. Go around the pit.
Okay. How much movement do you have? Do you have
30.
Okay, you can get right up to him, so you walk right up to his grill.
Yep.
And 13 against his armor class will miss.
Damn it.
Yeah. Any bonus
Feels
action?
good, man. Nope. Don't have that yet. Next
All
level.
Fang.
I would like to jump out of the pit towards the goblins.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Could it be acrobatics instead?
Sure, you said you were gonna jump out of the pit. That's fine.
Yeah. So,
So you kind of post one leg off of one of the spikes and kind of jump, and then like nimbly kick yourself off another one of the spikes, and then you make a lunge for it, and you manage to get about 3/4 the way up, and like just try and grab, and you get a handful of mud and just kind of crumble and slide slowly back down into the pit. Any bonus action? Probably not, huh? Sorry.
Well, I mean, I could use feline action now to just climb. No, I guess I failed it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you fail your
Walking
check,
out of the pit,
it's not gonna work.
Nope, I'm still in the pit.
Gotta remember, it's like that, and like you grabbed it like here, and it just crumbled and fell back.
Meow.
I mean, it might be like meh now, but it's still not gonna help.
Yeah.
So, Zyle, what do you want to do?
Is there any near me?
No, from where you are at, you can see one goblin about 25 feet away from you, standing next to Dendar. The other one seems to have disappeared over the ledge.
I will run over towards the one near Dendar.
How much movement do you have?
25.
Okay, so you can get 5 feet away from him. Can't get right up to him. Because he's 25 directly across, so if you're going around, it's going to take an extra 5 feet. Otherwise, you're going to go into the pit.
Okay.
So
And
run up to about 5 feet.
yeah, and I'll just cast Sacred Flame.
All right.
Dex saves.
19.
Yep.
He saves.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now it's going to be his turn. And he pulls out his scimitar to try and hurt the bard that is trying to hurt him. For a 10, which I'm assuming misses. So that's the end of... No. He's now going to use his bonus action to disengage and starts running backwards. Well, disengages and then like turns and runs down a path to like the left-hand side that seems to scale along the side of this underground path. And disappears out of your sight. Kilana, what would you like to do?
Can I use my rope to try to help Fang out of the pit?
Sure. So you walk over to the pit and throw your rope down.
Yes, please.
We're still in initiative, so what we'll do is we'll do Dendar's turn and then Fang's turn with your assistance. So, Dendar, your turn.
So both goblins have run, or have just one of them run?
One has ran down the path that you now see. Now that you're on the other side of the pit, you can see a path that kind of goes down along the ravine. And then to your right, there's a ledge that just drops off. It's almost like another pit on the other side, but it just drops and goes forever. And one of them is kind of just hanging there on the ledge.
I'm gonna run after the one that went down the path until I see him, and I'm gonna cast on him.
Okay. You should be able to see him once you go around the corner. And he needs to make a save. It is a wisdom. -1. He's still gonna succeed.
No, it does half damage.
Oh, does it?
Half damage.
Gotcha. 4. Okay. That's actually that one. Alright. And any bonus action or... I guess you used all your movement to get there. So any bonus action?
Nope.
Okay. Then we go to Fang. there is a rope been tossed down into your pit.
I am going to grab the rope and climb out.
All right, give me a strength check with advantage. And then, Kilana, you can also give me a strength check.
Oh, am I
Uh,
doomed to be in this pit forever?
So, Fang, you kind of grab the rope and you're just pulling yourself up and you're thinking, this is really easy. Like,
Mhm.
why didn't I just do this the first time? And then you realize that the rope just got really, really slack, and so you start pulling it faster and faster, and then you get to the edge of the rope, and you're like, oh crap, and you slide back down into the pit as Kilana dropped the rope. I guess she wasn't prepared for your weight. He's a fat cat. Sal,
Son
your
of
turn.
a bitch.
How far away is the one that's hanging off the ledge?
The ledge is only like 5 feet from you. So, like, if you walk to the ledge, he's like right there. Just hanging
Okay.
there.
I will walk over to him and use my channel divinity, Touch of Death.
Ooh, hit the card for that. Okay, make a melee attack. You miss.
But he's hanging there?
It would.
I mean, he can't move.
Yeah.
He's literally a stationary target with almost.
I'll consider him prone. So roll your damage.
The damage is 9.
No, your talons damage.
Oh.
Okay,
Ooh, 2.
and then the 9.
Yeah.
All right, so you just kind of walk over and just slash at his hands, and you see him and falls into the forever pit.
Can I listen for a splat?
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Not enough real estate.
In the half a second since you slashed him, you don't hear a splat. We'll go to Kilana. You just dropped your friend and your rope into the pit.
I'm gonna call down to him and see if he can throw the rope back up.
You can just speak to him. He's only like,
Can you throw it back up?
And then all of a sudden you see a rope.
make a dexterity check.
Who?
Just dex. Straight up dex.
Who? Me?
You're trying to throw something. So you grab the rope and you throw it, and it hits that spot where you've been trying to climb out, and it just tumbles back down into you.
Oh my god.
Hey Nick, Discord.
You wouldn't be able to do it twice anyways.
That's fair.
Um,
Oh yeah, we're still in combat, aren't we?
number 3's turn. He's going to turn around with his short bow and attempt to shoot the bard that just made him really hurt. And it is a... Or no, he didn't. He attempted to. He didn't actually
Miss.
hurt him. Miss. Damn. All right. And
Thank God.
he's... What else is he going to do? Because he has movement. Please hold. No, that's all he's gonna do. He's just gonna stand there with his bow drawn, ready
How
to
many
fire.
feet away is he?
About 15, 20.
Okay.
That is 3's turn. Now it's yours turn.
Oh, mine.
Yep.
Please, God. Thank you.
Roll your damage. How do you want to finish the battle?
My rapier is going through the under part of his chin and going up through the top part of his skull.
All right. So you just run up with your rapier and just run him straight through there, and just his face turns into like a grim, kind of deathly, kind of weird face, and then he just goes limp as you very gingerly slide him back off your rapier.
I'm gonna drag his body back with me.
Okay. Give me a strength check, just for RP.
EXD.
Okay. You grab him by the ankle and just start dragging him back to the group. You get back to the group where Kiwana is standing above the pit, being like, "Toss me the rope, toss me the rope." And Feng is like, got this rope, and he's like trying to throw it, and it keeps hitting like the side of the pit and sliding back in. And Zyle is just standing there looking, watching this hilarity. As you get there, you just kind of walk up next to them, and you drop the goblin, and then you look down and realize that his left leg, the one that you'd been pulling, seems to be about 3 or 4 inches longer than the other one now.
Good. How heavy is the rope?
It's not very heavy.
Like
It's just-
10 pounds or less?
It's 50 foot of hempen rope, so it's what, 5 feet or 5 pounds, something like that.
I'm
Really
mage
light.
handsing and I'm gonna grab the rope. I'm gonna bring it up to me.
Okay. You just, this kind of spectral hand that you
Thank
see just
you.
picks up the rope and then like pulls it towards you. The rest of you guys, do they see the hand?
Yep, they can see it.
Okay. Well, I'm allowing you to say whether or not they do.
Oh yeah, no, they can see it.
Okay. So yeah, the rest of you guys, you see this like very ghostly spectral hand just grab the rope and then pick it up and pull it over to Dendar.
I don't see it. I'm still kind of have my head over the ledge waiting for a splat.
I'm gonna
Make a
bring-
perception check. Still no splat. Dendar, go ahead.
It's a very long way down.
I'm gonna bring the rope to the paladin and kind of hold it in front of her face so she can take it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
And
grab
then
it.
the mage hand is going to swiftly fly at the face of the cat and disappear before hitting him.
All right. Fang, make a dexterity save.
No. Oh my god. What
This weird-
the hell?
This weird ghost hand just attacked you, and you ducked out of the way, but you jumped to the side and kind of slammed your shoulder into like the muddy kind of side, and now it kind of hurts a little.
Grab the rope.
I grabbed the rope and climbed out.
I grab the rope. I'll try to help. It's not
Kiwana,
gonna work.
You pulling him up?
Please, paladin, help me. Oh god.
9. It's a 12.
No.
20. The 20 will do. You've
Holy
managed to like barely hold on as the other two are like struggling, and it's like, if you remember like elementary school, you'd have like that one like sports day or whatever, and then like at the end of the day you get like all the like first graders against all the second graders for tug of war, and it literally goes nowhere because we're all too weak. It's kind of like that, but you're very slowly inching out of the pit, and eventually you get pulled to the top. All your
don't
muscles
think
in
it-
your
I don't think I ever had that happen to me. But that's fine, we got him out.
whatever, it's sports day at Canadian schools. Anyway, so fuck yeah, it was the best day of the year. Anyway, yeah, all three of you, your muscles are just wrecked. You feel like you just did like a 3-hour powerlifting workout after that.
I'm gonna search the goblin really quick first,
Sure.
and then afterwards I'm gonna take a small rest.
Okay. Okay,
Do I
so
hear a
the
splat yet?
roll perception.
You in this fucking splat.
Still no splat.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you say never ending?
I said forever pit, but that doesn't
Oh, yeah,
necessarily mean it's forever. That was hyperbole. Anyway.
You know, you could fly down there.
He doesn't-
find
he-
the body.
I'll be nice and give you this. He doesn't have enough movement to cover that. He would probably, his wings would give out and he'd die if he tried that. So don't try it. But anyway.
TPK. Throw the bird off the edge.
Do it. Just kidding. Do I
Do
find
it,
anything on the
pussy,
body?
you won't. So
I'm going to slightly step. Oh no, I'm just kidding.
the goblin kind of has this like really shoddy looking scale mail that's only in a couple places, so like covering one arm and then like half of one leg and like a little bit around the belt area, and they're all wearing like loincloths, and they all kind of have a rusty looking scimitar and a very shoddy made short bow.
I pull out my dagger and I look over at the paladin.
Oh.
In these parts,
Jesus
do they
Christ.
take thumbs or ears?
I'm not sure.
I take a breath and you kept going. In each pouch there is 8 silver, 7 copper. So times that by 3. Anyway, now you can continue.
As I'm slowly getting out of the pit, I just stumble across that is the first thing I hear coming out of the pit.
You see me standing next to the
Yeah.
corpse of a goblin holding
Just
a
like,
dagger.
huh?
I look at you. Do you know if they collect ears or thumbs for bounties?
Ears?
I cut off his right ear.
Who's his?
Jaw
The
drop.
goblin. No,
Okay,
the cat.
good.
No, I'm
Well, I had to specify because I was like, you're
No.
talking to him, you said his.
Goblin.
Okay,
goblin.
you have
No.
a goblin ear.
Yeah, and I'll put it in one of my
Jaw
small
drop.
bags that I have.
Okay. Zyle, give me a perception check.
Sorry, I guess that's what I get for talking to stream. Would you say perception check?
Yes. So after another 15 or so seconds of listening, so this has probably been about 2 or 3 minutes now since you pushed him down, you hear the very, very, very faintest, and then it echoes. No water, it was a like all base.
Does that work?
You finally got your splat.
My
you
character
guys,
is, or I am soothed.
you guys taking a rest?
I'm gonna loot the other goblin as well.
I would.
Oh, I gave you all the loot for him.
Oh, okay. I take 2 ears. One from each.
8 silver, 7 copper on each. So times that by 3.
Yeah.
2?
Wait, no. How
Wait.
can I loot the third one? That
You
doesn't make
dragged them
sense.
up here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 2. You're right. You don't get that one. It's in the forever pit.
Forever pit. Forever pit.
Gotcha. My bad.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
a long
I
day of drinking.
will-
Okay.
So are we taking
You're
a
right.
short rest? Yeah.
If you guys want to rest now, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will
Uh,
find
the
the nearest
snake is
wall to lean
sitting.
against.
I'm gonna lay down.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
as you guys all set up for a short rest here, we will call it here for the night, and we will pick up next week, presumably.
We better.
And next week, Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I'll let you know
yeah,
what I'm doing.
next week.
Okay.
Is it actually on Sunday or the Monday?
Good
You know.
question.
Actually, on the Sunday.
My family might do it on the Sunday. I'll try and see if they can do it on Saturday or Monday. I'll let you know, basically. I'll let you know in the Discord if we're good or not. But
See,
in
guild
any
name.
case, that's it for the night. Thanks, stream, for tuning in. It was good. It was fun. Follow if you want more content like this. I raid 3 nights a week. Resto Druid Life. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We do this D&D stream on Sunday nights. And then we do another one on Monday nights. And in about 3 weeks, we're going to have another campaign on the Monday night that I'll be running with a couple of faces you guys have seen before. Aside from that, yeah, hit follow. Or if you have Twitch Prime, you can sub to any stream that you want for free. It doesn't cost you nothing
What?
if you have Twitch Prime. Yeah. So basically,
No
you
way.
just tune into this stream, hit the sub button, boom, you're done. It's that easy. You should totally do that. It helps out streamers and it's free for you, so yeah. Totally do that. Anyway, enough pandering from us. Unless you guys have anything else to say.
I didn't. do it.
Adios.
All right, we're
Fuck
done
the
for the
pit.
night. Later, guys. See y'all next week.
See ya.
Hopefully.